magandang tanghali po sa inyo, sir.
Good afternoon, Pinky.
Kanina po ay guest namin si Senador Antonio Trillanes at sinabi niya mapupunta daw sa committee ni Senador Ping Lacson itong naging pahayag ni SPO3 Lascanas, sir.
Well, what can I say?
Well, siguro the question would be, would you oppose this o susuportahan niyo ho ba? Ano ho ang inyong
Nag-usap
pananaw
kami ni Ping
hinggil
Lacson
dito?
kahapon because it presents a very serious problem with Senate credibility and integrity. A Senate committee has investigated Senator Lacson as part of it. We both heard, narinig namin yung sinabi ni Lascanas na sa tanong ng mismong nagdala sa kanya, si Senator De Lima, si Senator Cayetano, at tinanong siya, lahat ng tinanong niya kung totoo, sabi niya, hindi totoo yan, media hype yan, and he was under oath.
Opo.
He was under oath. And based on that, seryoso yung investigation namin, tapos yung investigation, hindi kami nagdala ng testigo. Nagdala ka na Lascanas at mga pulis, nag-imbita sila Senator De Lima, sila nagtanong. At doon, sinabi, hindi totoo yung sinasabi nila. I don't even know these people from Adam. Wala naman tumutok sa baril sa kanila o nagbigay sa kanila ng pera nang humarap sila. And now, biglang dadalhin ni Senator Trillanes, itong si Lascanas at panibago. At ang timing napaka-questionable kung kailan di umano. Hindi ko alam kung huliin talaga kahapon si Senator De Lima, pero Senator De Lima has been saying, ito, kaya ako pinapahirapan nung ko pa hinahabol si Secretary Duterte sa tinatawag nating AJK killing at saka Davao Death Squad. At bigla na lang lalabas itong testigo na nagsabi sa amin na hindi totoo yan. At ngayon sasabihin pa niya, pinatay niya yung dalawang kapatid niya. Well, mahirap ilunok yun, mahirap paliwanaan. At mahirap parang ininsulto ng Senado. You take an oath and then you lie to us. And then if we ask you, the same questions will be asked of him. Paano ka na yung pagtitiwalaan kung nung una nagsinungaling ka na, ngayon ba hindi ka na nagsisinungaling? So to me, tapos na yung aking investigation. If other people want to investigate it, that's their own look at. Kung publicity lang ang hinahanap natin, madaling sakyan ang issue, but I am not the type. I have other things to do that are important for my country, and I will continue to do that.
So sakaling mapunta po sa komite ni Senator Ping Lacson, Senator Gordon, meron ho bang posibilidad that you may object dahil nga nagkaroon na po ng hearing in the past ang inyong komite?
Yeah, pag-uusapan namin yan mamaya. Yan ang usapan namin ni Ping Lacson. Ang usapan namin pag-uusapan muna sa mga members ng committee kung totoo yung gagawin na yan. At because siyempre, pagka nagsinungaling ng isang tao under oath, mahirap pa talagang pagtiwalaan. So, kung gagamitin mo yan, parang hindi mo na pinagkakatiwalaan yung committee ng Senate. At it's gonna be, mas magaling kami kasi sa inyo, mas naniniwala kami sa inyo. Ang advice ko sa kanila, kung talagang totoo, anyway, they have flag lawyers. Why don't they just go to the ombudsman, file the case there, at doon, tatanungin uli kung nagsasabi siya ng totoo o hindi. At pagkatapos yan, ang mangyayari dyan ay tutuloy ang kaso. Kung kailangan ituloy ang kaso, yan ang mangyayari. Pero kung kukunin na naman namin yan, aksaya na naman ang oras, at wala na, tigil yan. Anytime we have a witness in the Senate, magsisinungaling, babalik under oath, ano sabihin na, hindi totoo yung sinabi ko, ito na ang totoo, then it will be a mockery of the Senate. It will be a mockery, kalokohan na.
He doesn't deserve a second chance, Senator Gordon.
No, he's already had his chance. He had his day in court. He was not forced to go there. They came there. Ang nagdala sa kanila, Senator De Lima mismo.
Opo.
And he said lies there. Now he wants to say, I'm telling the truth this time. And how can I believe somebody na, sa akin lang, na pinatay niya yung mga anak. Ang totoo ang dapat gawin dyan ng gobyerno. Aba ibigay na siya kung totoo yung sinabi niya, pinatay niya yung kapatid niya. Aba malaking kaso yan. Kung totoo ang nagsisinungaling siya ngayon, well, it's up to the government to do whatever it wants. I'm not going to tell them what to do.
Okay.
As I'm concerned, I will not allow the Senate to be a mockery of, to be an opportunity to mock justice.
Nitong nakaraang Disyembre, tinuldukan ni Justice Committee Chairman Richard Gordon ang pagdinig tungkol sa umano'y extrajudicial at drug-related killing sa bansa. Kasama sa findings, hindi raw napatunayang totoo ang Davao Death Squad.
Totoo po ang existence ng Davao Death Squad or DDS.
Pero dahil sa pagbaliktad na yan kahapon ni retired SPO3 Arturo Lascanas sa mga sinabi niya noon sa Senate hearing, obligado raw si Senate Public Order Committee Chairman Senator Ping Lacson na balikan ang kwento ng Davao Death Squad.
Kasi nga, kasamahan din natin yung nagpupush, Senator Risa, Senator De Lima, Senator Trillanes, at karamihan ng yung kasamahan nila, gusto talaga marinig yung pahayag ni Lascanas. So, ako naman, dahil na-refer sa committee ko, kailangan gawin ko rin yung aking trabaho.
Bubusina daw si Lacson kay Gordon at lilinawing hindi ito pagbubukas ng isinara na ng Justice Committee. Hindi na rin daw pababalikin sa Senado si Edgar Matubato.
Hanap tayo kung sino yung mga other resource persons para ma-check. But, we are conducting the hearing not in the nature of a fact-finding committee, but in aid of legislation.
May babala si Lacson kay Lascanas sa kanyang pagpapalit ng kwento.
Well, ino-open up niya yung sarili niya sa possible perjury case, dahil sumumpa siya noong unang pagdinig na magsasabi siya ng katotohanan at pawang katotohanan lamang. Siguradong pasusumpain uli namin siya ngayon na magsabi ng katotohanan at pawang katotohanan lamang. Yung credibility niya, di ba? Magsasuffer definitely kasi alin ba ang talagang totoo? Kung magkabaliktad yung sinasabi niya, pwede siya rin ma-open sa contempt citation ng committee kasi nga ang pagsisinungaling.
Isa si Senator Grace Poe sa hindi pumirma sa committee report ni Gordon. Hindi raw dahil sa naniniwala siyang may Davao Death Squad, kundi nakukulangan siya sa naging investigasyon.
Tignan natin kung totoo ba yung sinasabi niya kasi kung totoo yon, talagang hindi natin dapat palagpasin ito.
Sa kabila ng pagbabago ng pahayag ni SPO3 Lascanas, naniniwala ang ilang kongresista sa kanya.
All people are at a certain point in time would be repentant sinners. There is no reason for us to doubt that Lascanas, despite the risk on his life, would be revealing the sordid details of the murderous activities of the Davao Death Squad.
Sagot naman ni Senator Richard Gordon kung may ebidensya nga si SPO3 Lascanas.
Bring it to court, bring it to the ombudsman, bring it to the Congress because he said something under oath and that is serious.
What is your role in the resurfacing of SPO3 Arthur Lascanas, sir?
Well, primarily, I facilitated the public confession through the press conference held inside the Senate.
Kanino ho siya lumapit? Lumapit ho ba siya sa iyo? Kayo ho ba lumapit sa kanya?
No, definitely not me because if you would recall in that clip that you were showing, we had a very heated exchange with SPO3 Lascanas. So I actually believe that this guy is the last person who would turn from the dark side, so to speak. So from what I can recall, and I believe SPO3 Lascanas would be the one to relate all these things when he appears during the Senate hearing, is that he approached some religious personalities, the church in particular, then that paved the way for a spiritual transformation of some sort.
Paano ho napunta sa, paano po napunta sa inyo?
Eventually,
What is your connection?
Some intermediaries wanted a venue where he could confess publicly. So that is my role. SPO3 Lascanas had some people in the religious, he had a religious spiritual journey. Yung pong bang tao doon sa kanyang siguro pag-retreat or during his prayers or spiritual journey, yun ho ba yung kumontak sa inyo, Senator? O meron pang sa gitna? Umikot pa yan? From religious personalities, mga pare, mga madre ito. So within their network, eventually, they asked Mr. Lascanas kung kanino siya komportable na kumbaga na mag-facilitate ng kanyang public confession. So that's the role I had to play.
And he said you?
nilabas yung mga iba't ibang mga pangalan ng politiko. So, he was open sa akin, which was ironic kasi nga nagkasagutan kami. But yung sa kanya, remember nagkaroon siya ng kidney transplant late 2015, I think. So, it was successful. So, he believed yung new lease on life niya, parang he wanted it to be meaningful. So, doon nagsimula yun.
So yun yung that.
Yesterday, we just heard Lascanas say that he was paid huge amounts by then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte to kill targets when he was part of the Davao Death Squad. What is your comment on this?
This is the same person who testified in the Senate hearing saying that there was no such extrajudicial killing. Now he has recanted. You know, in many cases, the Supreme Court said there are two requirements before a person who testifies would be given weight on his testimony. One, he should be a credible witness. Let's see if he's a credible witness. He testified before on a particular fact, and he is recanting it. So that doesn't make him credible. Another requirement is that this person must have his testimony credible by itself. Now, he claims that the president ordered him to kill and that he received so much money, 3 million. But you know, this president is a lawyer. How can a lawyer do that? Committing a crime and then sharing it with an ordinary cop? It's incredible. It's against human nature, human logic, common sense.
So why do you think he changed his statement?
I think he's being used by some sinister forces that will not stop at besmirching the reputation of the president. That's what I see.
So what are the plans now of the administration in response to his newly released statement?
Well, he is liable for perjury because his statement at the Senate hearing was under oath. But me, if you ask me, I just ignore it because, you know, it's a lie. If it's a lie, just ignore it. People against the president will always try to lay the groundwork to destroy the president. And they've been attempting to do that for several months now, and they have not succeeded. So let it be. According to the president, that's part of the territory.
Now, also yesterday, Secretary Andanar mentioned that some reporters were given $1,000 to cover the press briefing. What is your reaction to that?
Well, he can ably defend himself. He has his own sources, so I'll let it have him say his piece.
Did you hear anything about any reports about that happening?
I only heard about it in your newsroom. In fact, I only heard it now.
Yesterday, he came out he announced it, and so we reported it yesterday.
But I think he has already made a statement on that, so
okay, I'll
leave it at that.
Okay, now let's go to the cases filed against Senator Laila de Lima. Now, she may be arrested soon, but you know, she also, her lawyers also filed motions to dismiss her case. So what's going to happen from here on out? What should we expect?
Well, they're saying that the case filed against the senator the court has no jurisdiction over the case. But under Republic Act 9165, it says that all drug cases shall be filed in the regional trial court. In fact, a circular of the Supreme Court of last year says the same thing. Now, I cannot understand why they have to file a motion to quash, even assuming that there is no jurisdiction. One, because they should welcome this case because they can present evidence to prove the contrary of the allegation. Number two, if I were the lawyer of the senator, I would have advised her not to do anything and let the case proceed, because then I would have an ace in my sleeve. If my client would be convicted, I would move to quash on the ground that there is no jurisdiction.
And does this go for all the complaints and charges that are being filed against her?
I think so. That's their ground. Well, what is important, I think, is that is it true that she is involved or not? And there have been witnesses, there have been documents showing that she was. And so she should prepare that kind of defense that will refute, destroy, demolish the evidence against her.
But
instead of saying that this is a politically motivated thing, I do not think so.
Also, another argument that some are saying is that the witnesses are not credible. How do you react to that?
How can they not be credible when almost all of them are saying the same thing? I mean, I have not heard any convicted person there or staying in Muntinlupa that stated otherwise. Number two, they're saying that they've been threatened. But how can you threat a person who's been sentenced for life imprisonment? There is nothing more you can threaten a person, right? So, nothing to lose.
Okay, lastly, Senator Trillanes' claims regarding President Duterte's financial situation, the alleged 2.2 billion bank accounts of the president and his family. Can the president really order AMLAC, an independent body, to release his true wealth? Because the president did give verbal permission to AMLAC to release his financial accounts.
But before we go there, let me trace the history.
Okay.
Last year, during the height of the campaign, he accused the president of having 211 million pesos in a BPI branch account. And then he challenged the president to execute a waiver. And the president did. He executed a waiver and brought the waiver in the BFI. And when our certification being asked then was, please issue us a certification that at no time at the inception of the account until the day of the request was there any 211 million pesos. And I asked the bank officials, did you examine the record? And they said yes. Was there any amount, whether deposited singly or simultaneously or the total in the running account? They said none. Then issue us a certification. But they said there is a technicality because there is an NR account and there is only one special power of attorney. So can you give us 7 days to respond? And I said yes. And thereafter, there was no follow-up on the part of the accuser. And we were not also interested because we already gave the waiver, because under the law, you cannot open a bank account unless you're being given a waiver by the depositor. Since the depositor, Mayor Duterte at the time, gave the waiver, then there's nothing more for him to do. So now he claims he's resurrecting a dead horse. And he even adds some more. Now it's 2 billion. If there was not even a 211 million peso in his account, how can there be a 2 billion peso? He showed documents before, and I saw the documents, and I brought it to the VPI, and I asked them, is this yours? There were transactional details. They said, no, they're not ours. It appears to us that, you know, it was a made-up document. So it was a fake document. So if the documents he presented then were fake, so the documents he's going to present now would be the same, false documents. So, you know,
in regards to what President Duterte's response, that he said that he gave verbal permission for AMLAC to release his financial. Is that possible? Will that happen?
First,
do we see that happening?
Let me just repeat that. Once you lie at one time, at first instance, you lie in another. So you lie in one, you lie in all. Now, with respect to the AMLAC thing, the president has publicly declared that AMLAC, you can open my account if you want. That alone is a dramatic manifestation of a person who is not keeping anything. Otherwise, he would not be doing that. Now, whether the AMLAC would do it remains to be seen. I don't know whether they will respond to that. Now, according to Mr. Trillanes, he's going to request then he should do that.
Okay.
And if the AMLAC says, we need a formal letter from the President, then the President will respond accordingly.